Galactic Standard Date. Year 11356. Day 96. Sol Standard Date. 4th of the 8th, 3267. Bassus looked over the scene and felt a small pang of guilt that he quickly squashed. He had been in that wasp's position before, and that's the only reason he felt any kind of sorry for the guy. He slowly began to float down towards the wasp. Bassus watched as he slowly moved to grab the dagger that had been set aside, and he sighed internally, already knowing what was about to happen. Sure enough, the wasp flipped around with astounding speed, and whipped the dagger at Bassus with deadly accuracy. With a bored look on his face, Bassus just let it smack into his chest with a small bink sound. The wasp's face was a mask of utter horror as he realized who it was he'd just thrown his dagger at. The wasp sputtered momentarily as his eyes darted everywhere. He nervously fidgeted for a moment before bowing to Bassus and stammering out a greeting. "Good day, my lord. I was hoping I would get to meet you again. I was blind to your divine majesty before I was sent here and awakened. But after spending over 100 years here, I see a wisp of memories and develops rampant energies. Show me your battles, your glorious battles. Watching you fight is what gave me the will to survive. All those I knew before went mad, but not me. No. No, I am not mad. I'm the only one who is sane among my people. Apologies, Great One. This unworthy being's name is Avarice. I call myself that now to remember my sin." Bassus slowly raised his right hand up towards his face and stared at it for a second, before he slowly faced on himself and sighed. He muttered through his hand exasperatedly. "If I save them, I get worshipped. If I leave them alone, I get worshipped. Apparently I still get worshipped if I torture them. Holy fucking shit, how do I not get worshipped?" He pulled his hand away from his face with another sigh and stared down at Avarice. "So, let me get this straight. You figured out that you had to immobilize these guys because you can't kill them without using veil energy to purge their souls from watching vague imprints of me that popped up in the veil every now and again. From that, you decided that the torture that I subjected you to was somehow cool with you. On top of that, you decided to worship the very one who sent you to hell." Avarice grinned like the Cheshire Cat and chuckled a little, before he narrowed his eyes and answered. "But, my lord, why wouldn't I worship you? You rightfully punished myself and all of these individuals for our transgressions. It was our sins that landed us here. It was you who gave us this test. It is truly unfortunate that no others were able to see your divine intervention for what it really is. Well, on that note, I am ready to be your instrument of destruction. You can send me to call those who have sinned. I become the angel of justice, my lord, and deliver my people from sin. I remember all those who partook in sinful ways. I know their names and faces. I will smite them." Bassus simply stared at him, with his mouth agape for a second, before shaking his head. "Holy mother of fuck! The mental gymnastics you performed to reach that conclusion must have been astounding to see." He sighed once again and slumped a little, as he felt drained from simply listening to the guy. "You know, you won't be invincible out there. The immortality that I cast on you can only exist here because I created a sort of perpetual energy spell running off the ambient veil here. It will run out shortly after we drop back into our dimension." He looked up at the turbulent and ever-changing dark skies of the veil for a moment, before groaning and looking back down at Avarice. "I literally cannot believe I'm about to ask you this, but if that doesn't put you off, I actually could use some help culling the disgusting animals you call nobles." Avarice seemed to vibrate with joy, as he began to twitch involuntarily. In between twitches, he started to chuckle, little by little. That chuckle turned into a full, maniacal laughter, as he dashed over and grabbed his free tendon rope and dagger, before tying the rope onto the dagger's pommel and grinning at Bassus. "I would like nothing more than to perform my sacred duty, oh Great One." Avarice was practically bouncing up and down while he stared at Bassus reverently. Bassus, for his part, looked like a first-time parent on their 17th straight night with maybe 2 hours of sleep, as he began opening a city-sized rift.